Hey, y'all, we're talking about anger. And isn't it true that we all have situations that we can pull up from our past that when we just think about them for just a moment, it just makes us angry. When we reconsider what happened or what somebody said, it stirs up a little bit of anger in us that we almost forgot that it was there. But somehow we can kind of grab it from our past and pull it forward and we relive it. Isn't it painful? I mean, I know of multiple circumstances. I think of, again, a situation where a person was talking, man, just ravenously. They were angry and they were cussing in front of one of my children. And I got furious with them because I was just like, don't you dare talk like that in front of my daughter. Just again, this has nothing to do with her. We can talk alone privately and quietly, but you're not going to talk like this. Anyway, the guy shut down, but I still remember how angry I got that guy was being that way in front of one of my girls because I wanted to protect them. We all pull up things like that. And you know what? It really doesn't do any good to relive it, but for some reason we do. God's word addresses it very clearly in Proverbs 19:11. God's word says this: a man's wisdom gives him patience. It is to his glory to overlook an offense. And God's word just talks about that anger, that sometimes we've just got to overlook it. Sometimes we've got to get past it. To get past anger, we've got to overlook an offense and go, really, is it that significant? Is it that important? You know, even what I just mentioned to you about the situation with my daughter, I remember it distinctly. I'm sure my daughters don't remember it at all, but it's one of those, I've got to just let it go. You know, this guy, whatever's going on, he had some issues in his life. And, you know, I've since forgiven this guy, but at the same time, sometimes the pain of that moment sticks up. I wonder how many of us, again, we can't let it go. But God's word is saying if we want to get past anger, we've got to overlook the offense. And that, in essence, is just proof of his wisdom in us. I want to encourage you today, pray about it, whatever it is. Maybe God's just asking you, because through that anger, he's reminding you, it's time you forgive. It's time you let it go. Time you trust him. It doesn't mean that all of a sudden you put the same trust back in that situation with that person, but it means you forgive and you extend the same grace that Jesus Christ extended to you. You extend it to that person. Hope you have an amazing day. Let's live reckless for the one who loves us most, Jesus. Bye, y'all.